Hey Drillin' Man Nation, this is James, founder of the Drillin' Man Media Company and thedrillingman.com. Welcome back to another video cast. Those who don't learn from history, well, they're damned to repeat it, or so they say. But that's the thought that crossed my mind today when I was reviewing a movie called The Prize, based on a book by the same name by Daniel Yergin. In looking at the current global oil market, not to mention the border economies that depend on oil and the price of it, it's clear to see that it's not the North American shale boom that's the game changer. It's that there's no longer a supplier or a group willing to stabilize prices, and the result has been a wildly gyrating oil market OPEC producers simply can't control. It turns out that the only thing worse than OPEC controlling the market is OPEC not controlling it. People often forget oil and gas has been volatile since the 1850s. John D. Rockefeller was the first person to actually come forward and stabilize both supply and demand for producers and consumers. And no matter what you think of the Standard Oil Trust, the period before and just after Standard Oil was the most volatile time in American oil history. In the 1930s, the Texas Railroad Commission and the Seven Sisters oil companies managed the market, and their reign lasted some 40 years, until the U.S. ran out of spare capacity in 1972, at which point OPEC, specifically Saudi Arabia, took the reins. Their tenure lasted until 2008, when they were unable to prevent prices from soaring to $145 a barrel. Although often depicted as a contest between the U.S. shale revolution and OPEC, oil prices today are more about intra-OPEC conflict and dealings between the tribes. It's a battle between Gulf Sunni producers and Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, pitted against Shia Iraq and Iran for a market all about Asia. To understand the global market is to understand the American market. According to Yergin, we could be 100% dependent on American oil here in the United States. But without an understanding of the global market, the point is really moot. To study the prize is to understand the future of the oil industry. Oil prices will probably stabilize between the $30 to $50 range for the short term and go up in the future, possibly to skyrocket past $100 a barrel into the 140 territory where they were before. But with supply and demand shooting up and falling down, it's hard to know exactly what to expect without looking at history. The key to all of this is uncertainty and timing in a global economic recovery. Many nations such as Russia depend on oil output. Unstable oil means unstable nations. Again, derived from Yergin's Prize. The oil market is known to be a roller coaster. Thrilling to some, terrifying to others. The key to understanding this roller coaster is understanding where we've been so we know what the future holds. That's why I recommend you read The Prize. I'm James, founder of Drilling Man Media and thedrillingman.com. Stay safe and shoot ready.